book notes for a 2023 autobiography of Chasten Buttigieg. Chasten Glezman Buttigieg. And this is, I have something to tell you for young adults, a memoir. And this falls into our Rainbow Pride Curation category. And I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm filming this Monday, 30 September 2024. And this is from the public library system. I was looking at books on the shelves, and the Elton John one, Me, had kind of a rainbow on the binding, and I saw this one and was like, I wonder if this is another Pride Curation, another book for my Pride Curation project. And it's like, yes. So, there we go. That's the introduction. Book notes. It's a cartoon for the cover, so that's a little bit different. That's kind of cool. And I like the rainbow, right? It makes it easy for me to spot when I'm on the shelves, and there's, yeah, the shelving, the shelving has expanded to be maybe a couple hundred books, a few hundred books. Right, the rainbow makes it easy to spot, and it's honest. Right? It's true. It's not like it's somebody who's like, let me screw with the Pride community. It's like, no, I'm a member of the Pride community. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Or I would be like the Aloha state, but that would be like Hawaii. Yeah. But there are other uses for rainbow, but I appreciate that it's not screwing with people. Right. I'm going to, for the purposes here, I'm going to designate the dude a teacher. Yes, and I need to give you the publisher information. So this is the 2023 Atheneum edition. It says first edition somewhere in this text. It says first edition. And it is, I have something to tell you for young adults, a memoir by Chasten Buttigieg. Full name, Chasten Glezman Buttigieg, which is in the back, inside back cover. There is, for the pages, they're full text. It's like medium size font with like maybe 1.25 spacing. And they have at the top, it's a little bit different. I don't know if, I don't think I've featured a book, reading and/or book notes where there's like cartoons around the numbers. So there's like a speech bubble in just kind of like the standard balloon form, or your own round form. And then there's a speech bubble and kind of like a cloud or a flower form at the top of the pages around the numbers. And then there's the guy's name, Chasten Buttigieg. And then I have something to tell you for young adults on the other top of the page. There is a mixture of italicization for emphasis. There's quotes. He stays true to the true English of they're not straight up and down quote marks. Right, the English language actually has directional quote marks, so he stays true to that. Which is good, I think. As a teacher, that's a good thing to do. There's a table of contents with a little puppy dog cartoon, or is that no, there's a puppy dog cartoon on that one. And, but no, it's not the Atheneum thing. The Atheneum thing has an A, but there's a little cartoon dog. Yes. And for the chapters, there's a cartoon, a number, and this one's running. Right? So you could find out what sense of the word running does he mean. In the chapter length is, well, we can go to the table of contents and check that out. Chapter 1 is 34 pages, but then chapter 2 is 8 pages. And then chapter 3 is 13 pages, so it's a mix. And then chapter 8 is 23 pages. So they're variable. And then let's see, it says it has he's a teacher, so there's reflection questions at the end of the book, but there's pictures that are towards the back of the book. And he's fighting back to sport culture. There's a goat. There's a picture with, and it calls it the goat, because it is a goat, like the animal, a goat. Yeah. Okay. And there are grayscale or black and white, and they're on the same type of pages as the text of the book. And the number of pages is 208. And then this one, final notes. I'm not allowing myself to read it at this point. It's a coming out book, so that's very cool. So a coming out story. There's the so kind of focusing about finding oneself and finding oneself in society, and it also looks like he goes into a little bit of politics, and he's a husband of, he's from the back cover, husband of former presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg. Right, so this is he's got that, well, maybe he wants to run for president. So this is somebody whose name that I might like tuck away and be like, maybe I write it down as a write-in candidate someday if I can find the right position. Maybe this year, maybe a different time, but maybe thinking, right? This is someone who might, for all we know, be ready to be plucked into the political arena and fight for LGBTQ+ rights. My sexual orientation is asexual. So this is closer than the heterosexual sexual orientation in terms of being non-heterosexual. So there we go. It's yeah, a little bit different from the other ones I've included thus far, which were more like life story. And this is life story, but it's kind of about the coming out angle. So it's a little bit different. In conclusion, so my book notes for Chasten Buttigieg's I Have Something to Tell You for Young Adults, a memoir. And I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I can't speak this morning. And I'm filming this Monday, 30 September 2024.